How's it going, Ultra Buddies? Gardeno Games. We're doing something new here. Our friend Luan linked us the tournament footage for the Kunshan Station qualifiers on the mainland China. We don't usually get a peek at the mainland China tournament, so that's pretty exciting for their meta, right? And this will be the top eight. So the top eight match will be the top eight, top four of the final. So stay tuned for all those videos. And this is a big match because China has about 20 qualifier slots. So we don't really know for sure, but we can assume, I think, that the top four from this tournament are going to be going to a Worlds Invite qualifier, not sponsored. So this is like the big match as it was for New York as well.
Yeah, these will be. I mean, they've. We actually don't know how many players were at this event, but they had many rounds of Swiss, so you'd have to have at least a good, healthy 20, 30, 40 plus people.
Yeah, they had about 5 rounds of Swiss, which I think covers you until you go up above. It's probably around 30 people, is my guess. 30, I think when you go above 32, you might hit 6 rounds. So
True. Yeah.
that's my best guess. All right, shall we get into this all important top eight match?
Yeah. Let's get started. We have two deck here. We have a 30-minute timer. We'll see if any games go to time, but expecting some good play.
Yeah.
I think we're
All right, the all
left
important
side has
first
lead.
play. And so blue side we already know is on Omega and Zero. What do we think is kind of a good side? All right, we're getting started. Omega versus Omega. Be an interesting matchup.
Okay.
What do we think that these guys are kind of looking for in this matchup? Okay.
I mean, you're looking for your triple R omegas. That's number one. The more triple Rs you have, the more activates, more Meteor Kaijus, and that's pretty much how you'll win these games.
Absolutely. Going in for the second turn. This is the next setup turn. Um, and a level up, a double level up for my blue player. Um, and what do we think is going to happen here after this?
Yeah, so one of the things they'll be probably trying to set up for turn three, whoever gets a scene out will be able to really have a strong advantage here. Like that extra 2,000, 4,000 will make the difference if you tie both 18Ks. That's what you want to finish the game.
Got it. And we have so kind of two different strategies going here. Maybe not fully intentional by the hands, but we have the red players getting a little bit of card advantage, looking for scenes, drawing cards with a level one, and blue player is taking the lead aggressively. And
So
we did see blue player not have the lead. Why might he want? Why do we think he's going to take the lead going into turn two?
Well, might have wanted to set up something in his discard because he did play two of those. Now he's in an interesting spot where we know the red player has seen, so blue player has to keep lead here, and by having lead now, they win the ties. So if they both play like a Reckoness, for example, blue player gets to keep lead and keep the red player off scene.
Mhm. That of course assumes that the players have, I guess, the ideal hands, and we all know in Ultraman card game that doesn't always turn out. Going into turn three, the first chance for these players to lose the match. Level up from blue player, double level up from red.
Okay, so blue player's probably safe in lane two, but let's see what happens here.
Oof.
I
Maybe
guess
not the level ups you want from the blue side. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they had the Reckiness armor and they had a good amount of mill. It looks like they just didn't have a level 5 kaiju to activate off of that.
Mhm.
So, or sorry, Trigon armor. But they are safe at least for this round.
Potentially, we don't know where that Reckiness is going. Going on the middle lane, this could open them up to
Okay.
a Valsness on the mill for a quick turn three loss.
Yeah,
Two,
those are.
three.
Was it? Did they hit it? No.
They hit the Trigeron.
So that's always the scariest thing about playing against Omega. They have the triple R out, and that's what, or the BP4 triple R, and that's what you really need to keep pressure in this game. Uh,
Hmm.
Blue player is only one Valganus away from losing.
Yeah, very, very scary. But blue player manages to live. Red player thinking about what they're doing. Blue player reading the Omega like he doesn't know his own deck. Pretty funny.
But
And
the red player we saw had seen, so this is gonna look pretty dicey for the blue player.
absolutely, like you mentioned, that scene is going to allow them to flip any ties most likely, if they happen. I think we definitely saw blue player did not have that Omega triple R that you would really like to have. So it's going to be tricky to try to get out of this. What do we think? What do we think red player is going to play, and how do we think blue player can kind of get out of it?
I think this is a turn red player needs to just go in and play as much as they can. Unless the blue player has another level 2, they're probably winning level lane 3. They've got lane 1 with an 18k. They have the scene that'll break any ties, so red player should try and just get as much out on the board and hope to finish the game now before they give blue player a chance to come back.
Right, right. That makes a lot of sense, because you really want to press the advantage and make sure that your opponent has to keep following up, has to play a little scared. Looks like no level up on the red side, a level up on the blue side, a quad on the blue lane too. Opening up another Reckiness. And I think, are we going to be vulnerable to another Validness on this turn?
Well, I think the red player has it. They have lane 1, they have lane
Mm-hmm.
3, and they're able to tie lane 4, but they have scene. So that's essentially 3 lanes, and there's nothing blue player has to activate right now.
That is very true. And blue player is going to be basically just praying that red player does not have RNG on their side. Please no activates off the triple rare Omega. Please no kaiju on the top 3 for our scene Alien Scholar and I. That's a lot to hope
The,
for, isn't it?
the odds are really stacked against
Yeah,
them. It would be very upsetting for the red player to miss both of those.
yeah, yeah. They'd have to be particularly unlucky. Here we go. 3 cards,
See,
3 kaiju,
some kaiju.
and that is gonna be the game. All right. Pretty interesting round one for us. I mean, we saw blue player, I think, played pretty smart, that they tried to take lead, they tried to win ties, but then they just couldn't quite follow up on it, right?
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see what was in their hand. I don't know if they had any of the level 1 draws for those first 2 lanes,
Mm-hmm.
but you really want to get that triple R out, so that's what you'd want to draw for. And red player had it and had seen, and that'll win you the game.
Yeah, yeah, it's really tough to play these kind of mirror matches where one player gets the key piece that the deck revolves around and the other player doesn't. So we'll go ahead and skip the shuffling up here because these Chinese players like to shuffle, all right? About 2-3 minutes of shuffling before they get underway. And blue player is going to have to switch decks. They are one game away from getting their world championship invite, we think. And their second deck, we already know from round 3, is going to. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I got ahead of myself. They are still playing the Omega. We do know the second deck is 0. But the Omega is
Okay.
going to have to get through this Arc Dyna first.
I think this will be a really interesting matchup for sure. We'll really want to see if we're going to get any Diner Arc triples out there, because
Mm-hmm.
otherwise, one stray Valganus or Reckinus can definitely flip one too many lanes for the
Yeah,
blue player to
I
win.
I think the Arc Dyna deck definitely has some weaknesses to this Omega deck, specifically because of the BP down. In the
Yeah.
past set, you could be a little safe because you can build these 18,000 lanes that the opponent can't actually beat. But so the Omega deck can't actually beat because they can only go up to 18 at max. But now with the BP down, those lanes are weak. All of the like, it's all 12,000, 11,000 double grade BP. So it gets a little dicey there. So we'll see how this one plays out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, one Valganist double will beat your arcs. And pretty much any 2/3 should be able to beat a arc triple once it's been BP downed.
Mm-hmm. All right, opportunity here for red player to take the lead. That's not really what you want to see, is it?
Yeah, there's no arc level 1s or 2s, so they're not going to have any arc triples anytime soon. We don't
Mm-hmm.
know exactly what their deck looks like, but um, they're going to want a triple if they want to be able to put up a good wall against Omega.
Yeah, this might be too little too late. Having to play a level 3 solo in lane 2, which has 6,000 power, so it's losing still. They weren't able to take lead. They've only got a level 1 in lane 1. Is there any hope for the Omega player, or sorry, the Arc Dyna player here, or they're just gonna
I
get stuffed out?
Well, they're leveling up everywhere. I don't think there's much hope unless your opponent just kind of bricks here and isn't able to level up. Like maybe they just have no level 3s in hand, but that's not very likely to be the case. It's probably over for the red player right now. No level ups from red player either.
Interesting.
And that's
It's
game.
no level ups from the red player, and yeah, that's game. A quick one. That game was maybe shorter than how long they shuffled.
Yeah, I mean we did see them shuffle for quite a bit, but
Yeah.
I guess it's one of those things like yeah, some of these decks are really tricky to mulligan and they might have
Mm-hmm.
mulliganed into I guess we didn't see if they mulliganed or not. If they just took a gamble that didn't pay off, or they just mulliganed into something worse.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I will try to skip ahead. We are going to go into our game 3. We do know it is the Zero, Omega and Zero from the blue. Dyna versus Zero. Going to be an intense fight. Fight of who's going to be able to last longer. Um, Zero obviously puts out a lot of power, right? And Dyna can kind of try to weather the storm. We'll see if they can do it.
Yeah, I think they're both off to a good start. They're both playing level 1 draws, and we'll have to see who has the better hand here.
Mm-hmm. It's a blue player. Blue player's next player, it looks like.
Because if Zero's only one with level 4s on this side, so if Zero's able to match up any
Also
level
true.
4s against any of their Arc Dyna triples, this is
Mm-hmm.
not going to look good for the red player.
Yeah, that is very true. Those 20,000s is very, very difficult for the Arcdyna to deal with.
I think it'll all come down to if Dyna is able to get seen and activate its effects to try and build some
Mm-hmm.
triples in the later lanes, like lanes 3 and 4. It'll take too long for Zero to build a quad
Yeah,
in any of those lanes.
very, very true. So we have the double level ups coming up from red player. Blue player has to respond. How are they going to do it?
Okay, both double leveling up, so let's see what they're playing here. Okay, so both playing 1/2s. Oh, but unfortunately, those are both power types.
Yeah, no draw available there. You gotta
So I guess the
wonder though.
question
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say the question might be now is oh wait, sorry, that's a scene search. I thought it was Decker for a moment. Never mind. I was gonna see if arc doubles are scene searches are 10k. Is that right?
They are 9,000. All the scene searches are 9,000.
Oh yeah, never mind. It's the I'm thinking of the swaps.
Yeah.
Okay, so blue player, no, sorry, red player
Red
has
player
lead right now.
keeps lead. Could be dangerous to set up for triple turn 3, right?
Yeah, I mean they just did a bunch of scene searches, so if they have scenes, if they have Dyna, they can do something. Yeah, like they have the scene out. So I guess the Zero player is going to want to figure out what can he do to survive.
Mm-hmm.
That Zero still has some pretty strong options, like Ultimate Zero 18k. without the BP boost from either like an Arc to the Future or the new Dyna, an 18k will be able to protect the zero player for another few turns.
Yeah, I think that's the only way they can try to survive is going for one of those 18,000 plays. Maybe stall until they can get a level 4 going, and that will help them win a lane for sure. Oh man, red
Wow.
player.
So now blue player has to really think about what lanes they want to play their 18Ks in if they have
Mm-hmm.
any. Because if it's the arc lane might be a safe place to level up in. But if that Dyna is the one that lets you give a plus 2000, then I think it's lost either way.
Yeah, I think you want to line up with the Dyna just in case it is that 17,000 for whatever reason. Then you technically could win that lane. If they have no exiles. Of course, we do see scenes in the discard, so it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
And I think, we try not to focus too much on their hands, but we do see a level 4 in the blue player's hand. So if they can make it through this turn, we could be in for it.
You know what you could probably do is try leveling up the Dyna, and they either have the scene search or they have a or sorry, not they either have the 18k or they
Mm-hmm.
have the power up one. And it looks like they have the power up one. So
Mm-hmm.
if their lane 3 is strong enough, but I might not be good enough here. I think that's a 12k basic arc, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe
So
0 is an 11k double.
that is correct. This looks like it's going to be game. I can't help but think that there was a way for the zero player to get out of this turn.
Yeah, I think what you wanted to see here is I guess there's like two options. What for that Dyna triple? It
Mm-hmm.
could either be the one that'll give a plus 2000, in which case you want to try and match it, um, and then make sure you're able to win lane 3 against a double. Or if they play the triple R Dyna and they try and make lane 3 a triple, well then you just have to be 18k there. So
Mm-hmm.
you need to have options or bases covered on both the lane 1 and lane 3.
Yeah,
Oh, and is that an Arcai sword in lane 2?
it is an Argyle sword in lane
Yeah,
two,
so
so
even the
pretty
plus
brutal.
1000 is not enough.
Yeah, but we don't know if they'd hit a power type. I feel like you still would need to try to line up against that Dyna in hopes that you can survive.
Yeah.
I think the zero player got in their own head a little bit, and swapped the level threes in the positions that they should have been in.
Yeah, I think that probably would have been able to save them the game. That could have made them a 19k in lane 1.
Could have had a
Um,
19k in lane one. That's correct.
so then yeah, Arcai sword, you'd still have to hit a power type, but gives them a way out of it.
But that is it. A nice 2-1 victory for our red player, getting their qualification. Go. Maybe
Yep.
we'll see this guy in Japan, or we could be totally wrong about the structure of the Chinese qualifiers, and we won't see any of these guys.
Possible. I think that's something we have to figure out
Yeah,
later is exactly how the Chinese qualifiers are set up.
yeah, it's a bit hard to find information on them from the U.S. side of things. All
Yep.
right, that was our top 8 match. We're gonna do top 4 and the finals, so stay tuned for those videos, and we'll see you there. Bye.